shed some light on this, inshallah?
Okay, just in a nutshell, by Imtiaz, because I know there's a lot of things. So your top three, let's put it this way then. So the top three umbilical cord strategies of the Qadianis. You know, you mentioned that Britain is Khilafah. It's not Khilafah, you know, with all due respect.
I was actually giggling.
It's an umbilical cord. They gave birth to Qadianis. You know, so it's an illegitimate child. But anyway, so, you know, from the top of your head, because, you know, alhamdulillah, you've been tackling this problem for a very long time. Whatever comes through your head, in your head at this moment in time. Top three main arguments that they use to pull in, you know, the Sunnis or Ahlul Sunnah. And obviously with those arguments, your breakdown of countering those arguments so that our viewers can, inshallah, you know, be aware. Because obviously, again, like Maulana mentioned, you said as well, we all understand the beards, the turban will be the same, clothing, Quran, they give you the Quran as well. And then on top of that, again, the Angrez ki chal is that what they do is they add true before it, or they add true at the end as well. So true Quran, and then true Ahmadiyya, true TV channel, true this, true that. But we know there's a whole farce and there's a whole propaganda behind it. So if you can just summarize that.
They'll give me the Quran, but Mirza Masroor is atrocious. He can't recite.
Yeah, there's a whole video on that. But like I said, Wallahi, Maulana, I was thinking the actual same thing. If there's a few bullet points, as Maulana has mentioned. So this is the time again, once for our audience, mashallah. We've got people who, I just want to mention this again, people have actually come from London, ex-Qadianis, mashallah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless, they're coming out. They're actually present in the studio. Obviously, we would have brought them on because of short notice. I don't think it's really viable to get them onto the podcast. Inshallah, within the weeks to come or the months to come, we can get them on this podcast. If there's any local people out there, tonight is an open evening. Come, inshallah, pay a visit. Brother Muhammad Imtiaz Sahab has traveled for approximately 24 hours to be here in the midst of Birmingham. Allahu Akbar. So it's, come on, we take our time. Let's enjoy the company with this brother. There's ulama ikram present here. There's ex-Qadianis who, mashallah, reverted back to Islam. We have many brothers here as well. Please come pay us a visit. Ourselves, alhamdulillah, sitting within this gathering, it's been very, very intriguing. So get your pens and your papers ready, get your notes ready. Brother Imtiaz is going to sum this up in 3 bullet points, inshallah. What's their arguments and what's the answer to their arguments, inshallah. We write this down, and subhanallah, this is like Brother Imtiaz, Muhammad Imtiaz has mentioned that this journey was what post-COVID. So you're getting 4 years of extensive research, and the brother was mentioning that in lockdown, he would study. Now, this is probably something is not mentioned public before, and hopefully doesn't mind me mentioning this. 16 to 17 hours of extensive study daily, and he's giving you that within a nutshell. So please take these notes down, revise these points, inshallah, and use these points. Jazakumullah khair.
Jazakallah khair, Maulana Sahab. One thing I would say is that people need to understand the actual issue. If Ahmadis are calling themselves as true Muslims, then who are we, rest of the Ummah? Of course, false Muslims, right? I mean, just imagine that a bunch of guys is telling the whole Ummah that we are the true Muslims and you are all false Muslims, number one. Number two is, but now they are so ashamed of this stance. Now they are shifting their stance. They say publicly, oh, we say that they are also Muslims, we are Muslims, they are just this, we are just that. The point is, it shows that you do not have confidence that Mirza was a prophet. The moment a Qadyani Murabbi says that we believe that you guys, us are Muslims, it is a reflection what is in his heart. He does not believe Mirza was a prophet. Very simple. Why? If Mirza Ghulam Qadyani was a prophet, according to their claim, and we believe from the bottom of our heart that he was a Dajjal, and you still say we are Muslims, who are you? Number one. Number two is that it is not just, for example, one sect appeared, let's refute the sect. Not at all. It is an identity theft. It is an identity theft. I mean, just imagine, just to give our Western people some perspective. For example, if tomorrow a new cult appears in Italy, for example, and they say we are true Catholics, and they start using all the terminologies of Catholicism, they have their quote-unquote their own pope, they have their own bishops and archbishop and everything else. the entire Christianity would respond to how? We know that. They will never accept this as freedom of expression. No, because they are two separate things. Identity theft is a fraud. Because the moment a Qadiani or Ahmadi is claiming to be a Muslim after believing in Mirza Ghulam Qadiani and then saying, I am true Muslim. So it's not, so this is the actual case. It's not this sect or my sect. No, it is basically our religion and their theft on this identity. That's the main case of Muslim Ummah. Second thing, Maulana Sahab, I said before, and let me say it again. I believe that even I have not asked you so far, but I am 100% sure this platform of yours, it's available if any Qadiani cleric exists on this planet.
Inshallah.
And they believe that they can prove Mirza was a Muslim. We are ready for debate.
Inshallah. Inshallah.
And we are live. If you want to come now, come now. Come right now, we're ready.
Inshallah.
Because we are not just saying out of our biases.
For them though. Is there milkshakes for them now?
After conversion.
We can give the highly academic arguments that why Mirza Ghulam Qadiani must not be a Muslim. Not maybe, must not be a Muslim. Let me give a simple reason. Very simple reason. Mirza Ghulam Qadiani, he said, and this is something, when we quote these things, when we narrate these things, they're very heartbreaking. But we have to quote this at the end of the day because people need to know this. They need to hear all of that. Mirza Ghulam Qadiani says, what was wrong with Messiah, Jesus? The gospel was being revealed and he was getting an oil massage from a prostitute. Now, just for those people who are academic, they understand the world of arguments, okay? My question is, what Mirza Ghulam Qadiani has said, is he describing a real event or he's just making it up? There are only two possibilities. Either he is describing a real event or who just made it up. If he made it up, he's a liar. Case closed. And if he is describing a real event, there's only one Jesus Christ who walked on this planet. And that is Allah's Prophet Isa alayhi salam. Yes, Christianity has a wrong understanding of them, but still we have one Isa, one Jesus. They are not two entities, one entity. So the point is, if somebody is making this statement and he went to the extent of saying, he said that the alcoholism of the Western world is because of Jesus. He went to the extent, Maulana Sahib, he was quoting the ayat of the Quran. He was quoting Na'uzu billahi min zalik ayat of the Quran to quote unquote prove that Na'uzu billah, Isa alayhi salam was a drunkard, was habitually alcoholic. Now, when we present all of that, what is the answer? Oh, he talked about the Christian Messiah. Who was Christian Messiah? Was it Jesus or not? If it was Jesus, then same human being. And then they would say, oh, look at the books of your ulama. They gave ilzami jawab as well. Hang on a second. Your claim is Mirza Ghulam Qadiani was a prophet and he came to rectify what was wrong before him. If he was just quoting the wrong, was he a prophet then? Simple. So that is one thing, just one example that why we believe that he was not a Muslim. Now, with regard to when we talk to the Qadianis, Maulana Sahib, Qadianis are playing a game for more than a century now. And the game is, they never ever tell people their actual belief. MashaAllah, you are mashayikh. When you're having a dialogue or a debate, especially a debate, a formal debate, the first thing is, what is your claim? And what is my response to that claim? So if you are a claimant, if you are a muddai, bring your claim first and then bring the evidence. The game they are playing is, and I would say it on camera, I have not come across a single video from any of the platforms, a single book from any of the publications of the Qadianis or Ahmadis. in which they have mentioned their complete belief on two fundamental issues. Number one, what is their belief on Khatmun Nabuwah? What is their belief? They always give partial statements, because the moment they give the full belief, they finished. They have no case to make. Likewise, on the case of quote unquote this death of Isa alayhi salam, they never give their actual belief. Now, what's the actual belief? It may be surprised, and you may be even laughing at this one. The actual belief of Ahmadi religion is that Nabuwat was continued, Ijra Nabuwat was jari, Urdu se Nabuwat jari hai, it was continued, but it was a secret. Entire Ummah, until the Mirza Ghulam Qadyani, they were ignorant, and Allah made them ignorant of this quote unquote secret that the prophethood is continued, but nobody knew before. And then the time of Mirza Ghulam Qadyani came, then the secret was revealed to him, open for him, that look, prophethood is continued and you are a prophet. And even it took him, how long? From 1880 till 1902. Even to understand this secret, it took him 22 years. I mean, it's a mockery of religion. So this is on this side. I would say that have they ever told any of their own community member that their belief is the prophethood was continued, but nobody knew, it was a secret? Only Allah gave this knowledge to Mirza Ghulam Qadyani, and that's why he's a prophet. And then add to this one, after Mirza Ghulam Qadyani becoming prophet, nobody else till Yawmul Qiyamah can be a prophet. Which means the entire game is being rigged for one person, Mirza Ghulam Qadyani. Mirza Ghulam Qadyani in black and white, he said, "Main aakhri mursal hu." And then they have the audacity to say, Akhri does not mean Akhri. What do you mean? Is it Akhri or not? Is it last or no last? So that is on the subject of Khatmun Nabuwah, that their actual belief is that Mirza Ghulam Qadyani, before him it was secret, nobody knew. Then Allah gave him the secret, made him a prophet, then door closed again. It means that they believe in Khatmun Nabuwah. But the actual thing is, they want to believe that it ended with Mirza. Number one. Now on the topic of Isa alayhi salam, subhanallah, again, Mirza Ghulam Qadyani said that Isa alayhi salam passed away in Kashmir, but nobody knew this. And Allah made it a secret for the entire human beings until Mirza Ghulam Qadyani's time. When Mirza's time came, then Allah gave this knowledge to him that, oh Mirza, Isa has died. He's buried in Kashmir. What a joke. And then after Allah giving him this knowledge, he says that it took me 12 years to understand this. It took him 22 years to know he's a prophet. It took him 12 years to know Isa has died. It was one khabar, one news. Why 12 years? And then, subhanAllah, second thing. Okay, if Isa has died, then who are you? You are second coming of Isa, right? Then they would say, actually, it was a secret. By the way, I owe the obligation of presenting reference for these three secrets. Ijra Nabuwat ka Raz, Wafat Isa ka Raz, and Nazul Masih ka Raz. I mean, the secret of prophethood is continued, and the secret of Isa has died, and the secret of somebody else will come as Isa from this ummah. He said it was a secret, subhanallah, to the extent, look at the filth, look at the filth. He said that even Isa alayhi salam did not know when he was saying, I will come a second time, even he did not know what it means. He said that even Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam did not know the reality of second coming of Isa ibn Maryam.
Astaghfirullah, astaghfirullah, astaghfirullah.
Now, why I'm saying all of that? This is the actual case. So their actual case is, point number A, Isa died, but nobody knew that it was secret. Point B, Allah gave this knowledge to Mirza, and then it took him 12 years to understand this news. And then point 3 is, Now somebody else will come as Isa, and that is Mirza Ghulam Qadiani. So these are the three things, and all of them are secret. It's a mystery religion. I mean, it's a joke. Now, why I'm saying that we don't even need to prove our case? They have lost the debate already because it proves that Mirza was a liar. How so? Look at this one. On the one hand, he says he has 30 ayat of the Quran, Isa has died. And then he says within those 30 ayat, there are 3 Qat'iyud Dalala. The definite ayat, Isa has died. On the top of that, he says it is ijma of the Sahaba, Isa has died. Hang on a second. If you have 30 ayat, if Sahaba have ijma, how it was secret? I mean, something is either in the Quran and ijma of Sahaba or a secret. It can't be both.
It's oxymoron.
Oxymoron, exactly.
Yes.
So now, for this reason, I am giving an open challenge. Produce one book or produce one video in which you have given this information to your own people. Leave us alone, your own people, that this is what we believe. So now what the game they play is, oh, Isa has died, this ayah mean this, look at the Arabic lexicons, this and that. Why? Because they want to hide that what Mirza has actually said. And on the top of that, subhanallah, was Mirza a researcher or a prophet? Because Mirza said that he conducted a research about the grave of Isa alayhi salam. Again, oxymoron. Prophets are not researchers. Because these are two categories, either researchers or the prophets. Because prophet by necessity is the one whom Allah gives the news, not through his own research. And Mirza is saying, I'm a researcher. And guess what? He was a bad researcher as well. Because he was saying at one point that the grave is in Sham, in Syria. And then he was saying that the grave is in Kashmir. So even if you are an academic researcher, you're a bad researcher. And lastly is that, you know, it's ironic. It's ironic that people, you know, they are telling people day in, day out that, you know what, we don't, you know, the Muslims have declared us kuffar. You know, look, you know, how bad the whole ummah is, but we are the good guys. We never play this card, etc. I have given them open challenge. Mirza Ghulam Qadiani said, he said, Allah has informed me that whoever does not believe in your message, he is not a Muslim with Allah. And now, again, they are so ashamed of these alleged revelations, they have thrown them away. In the fifth and current edition of the compilation of Mirza's revelations, they have thrown this reference away. And I'm asking them for an academic debate. I said, I will prove that this particular revelation of Mirza, it was recited on Mirza. And Mirza has approved that. And now you are saying, oh, it does not fulfill the criteria of transmission. Subhanallah, Mirza has said that, yes, I acknowledge that. So, but this in a nutshell, Maulana, people need to ask them, give us your complete belief on any topic you want to discuss. Either they will give you your complete belief in response to that. In that case, they can't defend it. Or they will lie and they are proven a liar anyways. This should be the starting point of talking to a Qadiani cleric or a Murabbi. However, I must say this. When it comes to the common people of their cult, wallahi, they don't know. We should deal with them in a different way. We can't deal with a Murabbi and a common person the same way. Common person is actually victim of the Jamaat. I would say that Ummah should side with the common Ahmadi. They should liberate a common Ahmadi from the oppression of the Jamaat. Because on the one hand, their dunya is being lost because they are eating away their money, the Jamaat, Chanda. On the other hand, their akhirah will be destroyed as well. So our sympathies are for the common Ahmadis, and we should stand by them and we should help them to be free from the clutches of the cult.